Hello, I'm back after God knows how long it's been since I've last uploaded. So, I've got another UK legal here, Statgear Ledge. This is a knife that I first saw on Skillgrim's channel and I thought, yeah, I have to have that. That is an awesome looking knife and it's UK friendly carry. So, it's just one of those ones that I had to have, and when I saw it on Heine Haynes, 40 quid, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have that. Honestly, this is an awesome little UK EDC. Now, I have done quite a bit of EDCing with this knife. Admittedly, a lot of knives that you do see here on this channel, I don't actually carry them. For a few reasons, honestly. Practicality, maybe I'm struggling to get a decent edge on it, maybe it looks just a little bit too intimidating, etc. This knife looks nice, it feels nice, it's not too intimidating, and it's easy to get sharp. So to me, those things make this knife a great EDC. And honestly, it's pretty small, but it can still get jobs done. So let's have a look at this knife, the Statgear Ledge. As I said, 40 quid of Heine Haynes. Now there is 3 different colours of this knife. This one is the red and black. Now if I remember, you can also get it all black possibly. And one where that red is, you see the red there? Instead of being red, it's brown. So the brown on black, I'm not a fan. Now to me, that red and black looks pretty awesome. I mean, I've not really seen that on any other knife. If I remember correctly, that is G10. Honestly, I've not looked up the specs of this knife before I made this video. I just decided, hey, I'm going to make a video for YouTube, not done it in a while, let's do the Statgear Ledge. Now I'm going to have a look at the knife to remember what kind of steel it is. Oh yeah, it's D2. So we've got D2 tool steel. Now I've never really been one to care too much about what kind of steel the knife has until sort of more recently. In fact, the thing that really recently got me into checking out knife steels is the Manly Wasp knife. Now I've already made a video on this knife and we'll quickly place it here as a comparison as well to the Statgear Ledge. The Manly Wasp is in S90V, which is, I believe, supposed to be a more premium, more expensive steel, and honestly I'm loving the steel on this knife, so maybe I'll actually pay more attention to the steel of a knife. That aside, this is only my second knife in D2. Now I think it's supposed to be one of those steels that's a bit harder to sharpen. I've not really found that to be the case on this knife. Now, grind, I don't know, is that supposed to be a flat grind? To me it almost looks like Scandinavian. I'm not really sure. I probably should have checked Heine or another supplier of this knife, but to me, I'm just going to call that, if I can get the thing to focus, or not, I'm just going to call that basically a Scandi, although it probably is a flat ground or maybe even compound grind, I honestly don't know. This is a great little knife. Now that blade is a bit less than 3 inches, I think it's close to 2.5, and it is a slip joint, therefore, as we know, UK legal, most likely world legal. Again, next to the Manly Wasp. These two are probably my favourite knives, honestly. I mean, you can't go wrong with these two knives, especially for the price of them. Now, I'm also going to compare it to a Swiss Army knife because everyone has Swiss Army knives. Another great UK legal carry knife. I mean, you don't get much more friendlier than a Swiss Army knife. In fact, if you have a look at the Statgear Ledge, the blade, depending on where you sort of compare it, is actually a little bit smaller than the Swiss Army knife, although the blade thickness is considerably more. Now then, there is some issues with this knife potentially. I will point out that the whole thing basically is, there's no straight on this, it's all belly on this knife. Now we've got this bit of a finger choil right here where the finger sits in quite nicely. This is quite a comfortable knife, I must say, but there's no half stop. Now some people like a half stop, some people don't. I usually prefer it to have a half stop because, well, it's an additional safety feature. I'm not a safety Nazi by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't really like the idea of my finger being chopped off when using a tool. No matter what tool that is, whether it's some sort of saw or a grinder or a knife, I'd rather keep my fingers. And the lack of a safety feature on this, not a fan. I'm sure there's going to be someone that says, why don't you get a liner lock or whatever lock? Well, I do have some lock knives, but I can't legally carry them. And this is a knife I quite like. We do have the, I suppose you could call it a nail nick. I'm not really sure what you would call it, being the full length. I mean, when you say a nail nick, you're looking at more like something like there on a Swiss Army knife. But it's also ambidextrous, and you can switch the clip from left or right handed. It is tip up only. Honestly though, for 40 quid, what you get, I think this is an excellent knife. I don't see how you can go wrong with it. Honestly, it's a brilliant little knife. You've got full steel liners in there as well, and it is a screwed construction, which takes, is that Torx or Allen? Yeah, Torx. Not sure what size, because I've never taken it apart, nor have felt the need to. I usually don't like to take my knives apart, not unless I'm going to mod them somehow. And that's usually for locking knives. So there again we have it compared to the Swiss Army knife and a Manly Wasp knife. To be honest, if these are the only 3 knives that you had, if this was your collection, I would say you're doing pretty well. You've got a softer steel here with a Swiss Army knife, and the Swiss Army knife is, well, it's universal. Everyone loves them. No one's really scared of them. You've got a bit of D2 with G10, and you've got S90V with G10. Excellent combo there, I would say. Not that that's really got much to do with the Statgear Ledge, but you know, like I said, the Statgear Ledge is an excellent little knife. Definitely one that I could recommend. Now, the pull on it, fairly easy to open. Does have a little bit of a snap. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with that. Maybe if it was a little bit of a stronger spring, but honestly, I can't complain too much. I mean, you're getting decent materials for this knife. It feels nice, it looks nice. It comes pretty sharp out of the factory. By the way, I think these are made in China. Honestly, I'm just going to look past that. Usually, I prefer my knives to be made in either the USA or Europe. I do have other Chinese knives, like I said. I think this is one of them. Whatever, it's a really good knife. Anyway, I'm just going to conclude the video there. Let me know your thoughts. See you later.